Shock and sorrow have descended upon the town of Huntington, West Virginia, following the crash of a Southern Airways DC-9 jet, which took the lives of 48 players, staff, and coaches of the Marshall University football team.
It's the 45th autumn since that terrible tragedy that, well, this town, this wonderful little town of Huntington, West Virginia, is known so much for, and really more so than that, Baldy, how this town and how this school bounced back from that tragedy. As you can see, they wear the 75 on the side of the helmets today.
Well, we were at a ceremony earlier this morning where, you know, Doc Holliday said, live the process, love the dream. 45 years now. You can see the next wave will continue to go to the ceremony and embrace it as the players have here at Marshall, and everybody understands the tragedy. It's part of who they are, and it brings the family together, not just within the team, but within the whole community of Huntington.
And black jerseys for the first time. 75 on the side of the helmet. That is something that Doc Holliday and the Thundering Herd have started to do over the last few seasons on the game closest to this date. This is only the 6th time ever that the Thundering Herd have actually played on the 14th of November. So this is a little bit of a rarity, especially here at home. And add to that, senior day, nearly 20 seniors for Marshall today. So there's a lot of emotions today. There's no doubt about that. Field goal attempt blocked in triple overtime last week. Not normally the field goal kicker, the kickoff specialist. It is Leonard to take it back to the Panthers. Met at the 20, stays on his feet, past the 30 and out of bounds. Nice start for FIU.
Blue trying to set the protections here as Marshall showing a 3-man front, but with linebackers are going to come behind it.
The hand to Gardner, and he's stuffed right away in the backfield. Sean Petty, the junior linebacker, it's a loss of 4.
Well, it's just a 3-man front, but Sean Petty is just a blitzing linebacker. He's just going to come right through here. I mean, that's just all it is, just a linebacker blitz, just right through the gap, and really nobody from, well, they had 104 plays as well now.
And they'll start off through the air. Deep down the sideline, and it's caught inside the 15. Opening strike to Devontae Allen.
Well, we said Devontae Allen right at the beginning of the show that he's their go-to guy. Press man against Jeremiah McKinnon, and it's just a straight go route. And Chase Litton just dropped it in there. You can see McKinnon never turned around.
The give to Remy Watson. A stiff arm makes a couple of men miss, and he's pushed out just in front of the pylon.
Well, Watson has been getting fewer and fewer carries because of injuries the last couple of weeks, but he is the senior. So 1 of 18, good pull that time by the right guard, Jordan Dowry. And then Watson does a good job.
Watson gets his number called again, and the senior is able to plunge into the end zone. Long field for FIU. Quick pass right away towards the sideline there to Taylor, and he's met immediately. Fake the handoff and a quick hitter there to Taylor, and this defense for the Herd has been all over the field early on today. That's DJ Hunter.
Well, it's just a little hit screen, and DJ Hunter just wasn't fooled by anything. Wasn't going to get blocked, and you can see the emotion.
This is a very emotional and important day for Marshall, and it started at this morning's ceremony held at the Memorial Fountain outside the Student Union on campus as they remembered the crash and the 75 victims who died that day. There were several speakers, including Stephen Ward, whose father died 45 years ago on that plane, and of course, head coach Doc Holliday, who got choked up as he spoke to the crowd and to us this week, telling us what a tough weekend this is. But one thing that stood out that I heard this morning was that this tragedy made this more than a school or a program. It made them a family. And of course, born from that was the chant, "We are Marshall," which we heard several times this morning and we'll hear throughout the day today, Aaron.
Thank you, Leslie. What a stirring ceremony. Earlier this morning, it lasted about an hour. And as you can see, and as you saw in those pictures, very heavily attended, not only by the students, but by this entire community. Eileen Foster, the running back in the backfield. And he gets the handoff on first down, and a nice gain to start off the second drive of the day for the Herd. Oh, they give to Foster, slips a tackle inside the 10 near the 5. Once again, it's Anthony Witt, but this Thundering Herd offense gashing this defense of FIU.
Well, they catch him in a safety blitz right here, and they're going to cut it right in the middle, going to run right by him. So it worked, you know, the call was made, and they had the right play on.
A pump, a float, back of the end zone, caught for a touchdown. That time finding Justin Hunt. His third touchdown this year.
Well, you're going to see just one-on-one coverage here with Jeremiah McKinnon, and you can see like he's covering him a long time, and Hunt, who goes
on a short goal line plunge for the first touchdown of the day, and on the second drive, Justin Hunt with the touchdown catch. 14-0 Thundering Herd. Nice crowd today, senior day, Edwards Stadium. Nearly 20 seniors for the Thundering Herd. Final home game of the season after 2 straight dates on the road. I've already seen a couple of fine returns from Leonard. The last negated by a penalty, and this time not going far at all. Taken down to the 15. 2nd and 9 for FIU. Now they hand to Gardner running left. And once again, nothing doing there. Ricardo Williams, number 99, the defensive tackle in on the stop.
Ricardo Williams getting the start today. He's got great quickness in place of Jarquez Samuel, who has an injured shoulder. Ricardo Williams, one of those 18 seniors that we've talked about today, wearing the black jerseys. Don't adjust your television set. This is Marshall. And players wanted to wear the black jerseys if they had a certain win. They wanted to wear them on this day. We are Marshall Day. Add to the emotion.
Magoo pressure, and he's wrestled down. Keith Baxter in from the corner. That's a loss of 7.
They blitzed the corner, coming right off of the right side late. And Magoo, who tried to step up and escape. Remember, Iowa State beat Oklahoma State when they were ranked number 2 in the country 5 years ago.
On the ground to give to Keon Davis right away. That's a gain of 11. First play and a first down. Again on the ground to Davis. A huge hole. He's upended, but once again he picks up a first down.
Well, we've seen 3 different running backs so far. We've seen Remy Watson start the game with score a 1-yard touchdown. Then we saw Hylik Foster, and now we're seeing Keon Davis, and that's just the depth that Marshall has at that position.
And same story for DeAndre Reeves, the redshirt senior out of Sterling, Virginia. Back to return once more for the Herd. Reeves in front of the 30. Big hole, midfield. Does he have the space? Up the middle on his feet, and he's in for the touchdown.
You said, Aaron, did he have the space? Well, he's got the speed, and he had the space. He created it. It was a great punt. Maybe out-kicked the coverage. And once you got him into that open space now.
He's Marshall's all-time kick return yards leader. This time on the punt return. His first punt return for a touchdown this season.
There's the first move. Now he's just shifting gears. Now and you make a defensive tackle miss there. The punter makes a last stab effort for it. If it was flag football, I don't think they would have ripped the flag off him on this one. You can see his eyes working down the field. His head's up, and he's looking where the openings are. And he picked up a couple good blocks along the way. I saw a really good block that time by Kendall Gant, the safety. Bone-crushing block in order to get Reeves into the end zone.
Goes down as a 69-yard punt return. So Marshall has scored on the ground. They've thrown for a touchdown and now a special teams touchdown.
Yeah, you know, and it's just last week, Florida National, they had scored on a defensive touchdown.
FIU's trying to show a little bit of life. This one has been all Marshall in the first quarter. A touchdown on the ground, another through the air, and a punt return for a touchdown. The Herd in command early. Lagoon now tucks and runs.
That's B. That's Ryan B just chasing him down. We talked about him, a kid that just keeps developing. Ryan B, just a redshirt freshman. So they're looking right at their belt buckles.
Lagoon throwing quickly, caught and ripped down right away. Dan Fodio, and it was Letman in on the stop.
Yeah, and if you're Ron Turner, you have to stay on the field right now. There's Dan Fodio on the outside, just going to run a flat route, but, you know, you're not running enough yards to get the first down. You're just hoping that Dan Fodio can break a tackle here. And this is a good tackling defense.
Magoo deep, sideline, hauled in, out of bounds. Julian Williams. I just took him too far to the right. Panthers going for it on 4th and 6. Keith Baxter on the coverage. Caught, but out of bounds. Now the We Are Marshall chant broke out here inside Edwards Stadium during that commercial break, and this, Baldy, is, well, to say a spirited crowd would probably be an understatement today.
No, I mean, you know, and the movie that you know, came out in 2006 really kind of told the story very, very well. It took a long time to tell.
Play action pass and pressure, but complete right by midfield. Yeah. Devontae Allen.
Allen working from the left wide receiver spot across was out the first half of this game with a targeting call against him last week.
The hand of Foster. Boy, this has been the story of the day for Foster when he gets the ball. All kinds of space to run through. Another first down.
Yeah, I mean, the eye test here, Aaron, is he's just quicker than everybody else. I mean, he's just got a great burst. I mean, in a pistol formation, just going to take the handoff right now off the left side, right behind Johansson and John Felix.
Foster last week led the Herd in rushing. Have been bottled up the last couple of weeks, really. And again to Foster.
Their tight end that they can flex him out. I like the matchups that he presents.
On 3rd and 4. Lennon takes it himself. And he gets it up for the first down. Nico Gonzalez with the tackle.
Well, he's just reading the defensive end and keeping the defense honest on that play. When the defensive end just crashes here. Here it is. The end just crashes down. That's Broom. That's all he's reading. Broom crashes down like that. He gets the alley. And when it first happens to you is the hand slips inside the face mask.
Foster on the give. A hold inside the 10.
And he's favoring that left side now, too. That's about the 3rd run on this drive. That's exactly where he's gone.
Makes it 3rd and goal for the Herd. Lennon quick strike to the goal line. Is he in?
It's Juracek. Juracek with the 7th touchdown catch of the season. Just a little stop route right at the goal line. I thought when I first saw it, here's Juracek just going to run right to stop route. Oh, yeah, he's crossed the goal line.
He's in.
Yeah.
They did not signal immediately. 9 plays, nearly 65 yards for the Herd.
Chase Litton will take a second touchdown.
McGough, a couple of passes today of over 30 yards. That's been most of the offensive yardage today for FIU.
It is all coming together for him.
That last play, loss of 1, 2nd and 11. And this nearly picked up. McGough on 3rd and long, pressure. Ball is loose and is picked up by the Panthers. Pressure from Thompson, and that was nearly even more of a disaster.
On the play, yeah, I mean, here comes Thompson just around the outside. He beats the right tackle on that play.
A date against the Hilltoppers right after Thanksgiving. That'll be on FS1. Towards the sideline, to the sticks. Reeves has it there to move the chain.
And this is what the schedule has looked at, like starting opening week of the season against Purdue, straight through until today, and sets up for that showdown on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Not far down in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And that's a good football team that the Hilltoppers have.
Watson in the backfield on 2nd and 10. A hand to Watson. Upfield, first down. Inside Panther territory, and nobody's going to catch him. 62-yard touchdown, his 2nd of the day.
That finish here, as he's going to come right off the left side. You get right behind his left guard. Johansson breaks a tackle. Now here's the breakaway.
Pressure, McGough ripped down just beyond the line of scrimmage. Sean Petty.
Sean Petty is like the spy as McGough gets up, shaken up. We've mentioned his name a lot. He's not a starter, but he's been the spy here today. He's going to back out, and he's just going to mirror and just wait for McGough to step up. As soon as he steps up, then he chases him. There he is coming into the picture. Well, looked like he got out.
This one has been all Chase Litton and this Marshall offense. They've seen Litton throw for a couple of scores. He's only put the ball in the air a dozen times. And of course, Reeves, 69 yards on the punt return, and that high step could start early.
And
a big day for Watson.
Yeah, Remy Watson with a big touchdown run, 2 touchdown runs on the day. 5 touchdowns here.
Litton towards the first down marker. It's completed as he finds Allen. The give to Davis. Makes a couple of miss. First down. And finally taken down. Litton through the air and a leaping catch. That time finding Josh Knight in the field goal kicking game. And here is Smith, 35-yard attempt. And it's not as if Smith has had a bad season. And he's just able to push this one through. And a smile there from Doc Holliday.
He's got the confidence back for him. Gets a big hug from his head coach. Going to stay with him. Good hold. Of course, the long snapper, Matt Chinkata, redshirt senior, one of the captains today, does a good job of snapping it that time.
Oh. Making Doc happy.
Yeah. And, they weren't doing that, and one of the reasons why he got a chance to take this over.
Curry kicks it off. Taylor tries to bring it back.
Now DeAndre Reeves takes this punt return back 69 yards, kind of outkicked the coverage, and then you can see the speed. You know, just shifting gears through traffic, and really nobody from the Panthers even laid a glove on DeAndre Reeves. But in the running game, we saw a great performance from Remy Foster in the first half. This long touchdown run, as he basically, you know, in Heilig Foster, we saw all the backs really have a great day. Ran for almost 200 yards in that first half. this long 62-yard touchdown run by Remy Foster, his second touchdown run of the day. The offensive line has been dominant, and then defensively they're putting the goose egg up, you know, and that's Petty, the inside linebacker. Gary Thompson forces a fumble. You can see all kinds of guys. Baxter, the corner, on his corner blitz. Everybody's getting involved.
A single game school record. Caught for a first down. This time finding Devontae Allen.
It's going up against A.J. Addison right now for the Panthers.
They give him the first down.
Got their iPhones up, the lights on, looking like a rock concert out there in the stands.
At this stage of the game, the fans providing their own entertainment. Dropped near the sideline. Picked up. Is it a completion or not? This is the question. And it's not. Looking for Julian Williams.
Well, you can see they can't get the ball down the field. The coverage right now has just been airtight all the way around.
Second and 10.
It's been a tough day for Magoo and company, but a school record as he passes Wesley Carroll for the most single season passing yards in school history. Panthers putting together a good looking drive here. Jones stretched out a little bit.
It's important to me that they do understand the story, because when they understand the story and understand what they're playing for and how important it is to our fan base, it takes a different meaning for them. You know, they have an understanding of what it means, and I think that's important to our football program and also important to them.
Outsider looking in is maybe they don't want that movie to be made with the risk of it being made poorly or incorrectly. And when Doc was asked that question, his response was he thought that many just didn't want to relive it.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. And a tragedy like that, it's been tough enough on all the people affected by it.
Wide open near the sideline. Once again, there is Allen.
Well, on-the-job training for Emmanuel Bird or Emmanuel Lubin.
Foster, and a first down.
Well, Foster just moves differently. He just has a different speed than I think everybody else in the backfield for this team.
Of the conference.
Maybe the two best teams in Conference USA.
Marshall this week obviously not going well. Western Kentucky next week. Man open. That's Josh Knight. First down Hurd.
Second catch for Knight. Right in the middle of the field. Look at the time that Litton has to survey the field and the opening that he has to make that throw.
It's a gain of 21. Knight came into the... Quick slant, play action. Caught as he finds Emmanuel Bird. The 38-0 lead at halftime for Marshall. Litton having to step up again, tucking it once more. He dives, a headlock dive for the first down. Wakefield again the pressure, and Litton is able to move the chains with his feet.
Well, it's the second time that Litton has been forced to run because of the pressure from Wakefield. There he's just coming around the corner. Beats Addison, the right tackle, and Litton dove that time because he knew just how far the first down markers were.
Now, Litton not a big runner. He's got 25 on the ground tonight, though. First and goal.
Good movement by Chase Litton.
Flushed. On the run. Caught. And a touchdown. The Herd continues to pile it on DeAndre Reeves. Reeves, one of 18 seniors. Senior day from Huntington going awfully well for the Herd.
Try that move in your backyard.
This time smothered. Low but caught. Taking that time by Turner.
on a Friday night got handed a loss by a fired-up Cyclone team.
Meanwhile, it's Tony Pittman who's checked into the game in the backfield. Started versus Old Dominion, hasn't played the last 5 weeks. And he gets the handoff here. Pittman a little shifty, and he takes it nearly out to midfield.
A dreary autumn morning fits the mood of the Marshall University campus. Nowhere does one see any smiles. The sorrow of last night's disaster has exhausted students and officials. There will be a memorial service here on campus this evening.
"45 years ago today, that fatal plane crash, 75 losing their lives, and that's the 75 decal on the side of every helmet. I've done that for the last few years, wearing that at the game closest to this date each season. And the chance for We Are Marshall once again breaking out as Nick Matthews hauls that pass in for Birdsong. Really was very, very touching hearing Doc Holliday speak privately, then also publicly earlier today at the memorial service on campus, right behind the memorial fountain, about the 75, about his memories growing up as a young boy just up the road on a farm in Hurricane, West Virginia, when the tragedy happened. And one of the rituals, Baldy, that was so fascinating, there's a number of them. Every spring, Doc Holliday takes his team on a conditioning run to the cemetery, Spring Hill Cemetery. And that just goes into part of the history lesson that every student athlete here in Marshall on the football team goes through when they come here to Huntington.
Yeah, it's about a 1.5 mile run. Yeah, like you said, it's a conditioning thing, but it's also a teaching, a learning, and so that these players really understand how big that story is, how important it is that this future continue, at Marshall. And as a guy like Doc Holliday, who has kept it close to his heart, it's an emotional day in his speech today out there at the memorial, something that he's been affected by since 1970, and he makes sure his team understands the significance.
Keeping it on the ground once again with Davis. When we heard Holliday's speech today, his cadence and the tenor in which he started his speech, he sounded like an Army general. And then he mentioned the 75, and Baldy, he broke down instantly.
No, he said it was going to be emotional. It's a tough day for him. I mean, he knew his team would play well and respond, but for him personally, he feels connected to that crash, to the way that this team, this community, this university responded, as resilient as they have been. Yeah, it's fascinating. They turned the fountain off today, and they won't turn it on until next spring.
Pittman around the right end, turns upfield inside the 20, and finally taken down.
Well, the rushing yards just continue to pile up as Pittman gets his opportunity.
Here in the second half, but they've got a chance to top the 50-point plateau in this one tonight. Birdsong untouched.
It shouldn't be that easy, especially when they just ran the exact same play right before it.
That's a good move. Jones crunched near the Marshall sideline.
Well, there's no let up here in this defense. I mean, Jones has, had some yards, had some nice runs, but they're still just crunching down in the field.
They've come into a buzzsaw today. There's no doubt about that. And off to Jones. It's funny you bring up the jerseys, Baldy. This is something I know you've talked about before. You talked with Coach Doc Holliday about this. The players love these black jerseys. First time they're wearing it.
He hates it because he loves the colors. He loves the Marshall colors, and they're sort of blacked out, by the jerseys. But you've seen that around college football. Players are into wearing different uniforms and selecting the uniforms, and they selected the day that they could wear these black jerseys. They wanted to memorialize the entire thing. I think it's had a good effect on it.
The senior class that has helped to bring this program back to prominence.
I mean, this was their 32nd win in the last 3 years. I mean, no other Marshall program ever produced that many wins.
52-0 is how this one will end. FIU shut out for the first time since November of 2013. It was a rough night for Ron Turner and his Panthers making the trip from Miami to Huntington, West Virginia. Marshall, complete domination in all phases of this one tonight.
Well, Doc has put together a program that the band, the university, the city of Huntington has been real proud of. Does it with class,